Okay, hello everybody. I had to do a couple of adjustments with this with the hair and everything. It's a blessing and a curse being rising, ascendings in certain aspects of your life to where you care about see everything. It's a lot. Like I'll be a lot. But we're happy and we're healthy, so there's that. Oh, do you all like my outfit? But no, I had to go get the life the little tool tip that I have for you all this week. And I'm sorry I haven't been posting. I have been training for my new job. There's that. I have grad school that's coming up. My semester's coming into play, so I had to get syllabi and all that stuff read, understood, so I know what to do. I'm trying to go in class like this, and not looking like confused Susie or confused Cindy. Not a look for me. I like this shirt though. Showing off. But yeah. So I brought my Target tote bags. So I'm talking about those. Because bags cost too much. They're charging on bags now. When you go to grocery stores, wherever, Walmart, Target. I'm not doing that. So I'll get the reusable bags. Because I'm all about a cute little bargain, a cute little saver. So that's one that I use, but this one right here, this is Big Mama. It's the Target, they bid off of IKEA, but I'm loving it. I don't know if they had it before IKEA. I don't know. That's not my smoker drama, but I love it. It cost me $4.99 or something. That's a pack of gum and some Snickers and a water. It was nothing. But I love those because I can just literally I go into Target boutique, Target, and I just use that because I'll put my stuff in there, and I'll just scan it. Give it to the register, or whatever. Give it to the cashier. And it's such a time saver, it's a money saver, and it's you put all your stuff in one bag and you get to go. Don't be having all the bags. That's not one. When the bags fell out when he was walking, you gotta walk all the way. That's doing too much, and that has happened to me before. BT dubs. So we're not even gonna do that. But yeah, that's my tip. Because they don't even recycle half the stuff that we recycle in T-Way. If you want to know, they go into landfills, honey. So. I also had a couple of blockages on expressing what I wanted to write about. I normally keep notebooks. Like I said, I carry look, I have 3 right here. But I normally keep them around with me whenever I'm just living my life, just so I can, if I write down something inspirational or influential or something that I find interesting that I might think or say when something happens, I use that as kind of my guide to help just talking about wants and needs. I think we confuse those two terms with so much junk that we don't need that we want. A need is oxygen, shelter, water, socialization. Should I say shelter? Heat? I think it's warmth or something. But that's not part of our hierarchy of needs. Those are our hierarchy of needs. We don't need the new J's coming out next week, the new Yeezys, the new Whoop Whoop, the new Louis Vuitton, the new Gucci, the new Givenchy. We don't need those. Those are wants, and we confuse those so much, and we actually mix them up. We'll mix the wants for the needs and the needs for the wants. Y'all needs to be channeling your local therapist, and you needs to be channeling Jesus, because y'all trying to get flued out, can't even spell flued. Y'all trying to get how about all these expectations on somebody, and you actually say, oh, kids are. I'm talking about over 18 too. Kids, that people that are they're older, but they're not old in here and in here, but they confuse the two, and they misinterpret the two, and they relate the two on what needs to be done, or what needs that they need to actually be successful or fulfilled in life, and what they want. And a lot of their wants are bullshit. Gonna call it out, gonna call it a bug. What? Sorry, at me. But it's you want things that you really don't need, and you need things that you don't want. And you need to start realigning what your values are and what you want in life, and start going towards that. And that means actually challenging yourself and putting yourself to a standard. I know that's a little difficult for some, but doing that and actually being consistent with it, just having that perseverance and keeping that grit onto choosing the right path for you. So just know, y'all need to know what y'all want and know what y'all need, because half of y'all don't be. And another thing, another note I wanted to add was start taking action. We fear a lot of things that we don't know, that we can't see, that we don't see, that we don't really understand or feel sometimes. and just taking that action, like that first, that intuition, like following it. I guess that's another way of putting it, following your intuition, which is something I always encourage and tell you all. But action cures like fear, it cures doubt, insecurities, worry, shame, ego. A lot of us, we suffer from ego. Like we have a huge, we really worry about others' opinions and comments and judgments so much that we will jeopardize our own freedom and fulfillment in like life. Like you'll live your life trying to fulfill other people's like opinions when it shouldn't matter, and it shouldn't dictate or nor alter your reality or what you want, who you want, where you want to go by any means necessary. You're not living for you at the point, you're living for them. You need to start living for you. Take action on things that you don't know. Maybe you never know. Like it might take you somewhere where you never thought you would be, or never thought you would go, or experience or meet certain people that you wouldn't even expect it to meet, or be friends with people that you wouldn't even expect to be friends with, or to have in your circle or in your life in general. I like this saying. I wrote it down. I heard Chloe and Hallie say it on one of their videos. But I know, like you probably heard this before. It says, "I'd rather ask for forgiveness than ask for permission." And I think that doing you unapologetically, like asking for forgiveness is like if you like basically I'm gonna do something and I'm gonna own it, what I'm doing, and I'm gonna do it in my best abilities with respect, with grace, with honor. And then if you like it, great. If you don't like it, I'm gonna hey, I'm sorry I'm being mean, but it depends on it. It's kind of like an interchangeable like statements rather, because sometimes people do stuff, they do it out of the kindness of their hearts, like they're doing things for the humanitarian, for the overall picture of the world, or they're doing it to enlighten people on things that they need to be enlightened on, and just and that means that sometimes you call motherfuckers out, and if they don't like it, oh well. Like you can't, like the saying, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. Like, not saying that people be bullshitting, but you know it. Like some of us, we have the sixth sense of the bullshit sense. Like we know if it's something that's not for me. You know if it's for you, if it's not for you, and you know how to sense and weed things out for yourself, and you deciding on whether you should take that path into whatever the case may be, whether it be good or bad, or the other one in opposition, for your sanity, for your health, for your benefit, for your wealth, for your prosperity, for your future, for a lot of stuff. So start taking that action. Traumas and tribulations and everything. Like one person's pain is not worse than the others, and one person's victory or success is not greater than the other. Like we all valid for our truths, our stories, our journeys, and where it has taken us. Nobody is better than anybody. In terms of that, like sometimes when like we express our tragedies, our losses, our pains, it's always like sometimes saying nothing is enough to be said or to do. Let so-and-so vent, or let somebody vent out. Like sometimes we just need people to vent to. We don't need an opinion. We don't need you to say anything. We don't need you to heart. We don't need you to say I told you so. We don't need you to be like, oh. Sometimes just listen. We just need a listening ear. And that's where my saying, take that in with your local therapist comes in. Yes. But if it's presenting itself to you in the moment, you can at least be like, here's what they have to say. Like, maybe just because I'm a water sign. Water sign softies. Water signs I actually heard a really interesting analogy. So water signs actually can be stubborn as well as earth signs. But our stubbornness is different. Like, you all know water, like when it forms, it flows and it creates like certain forms. Like it might be to create like a lake, a river, even like a river. A river is a perfect example. Like a river, like how it creates like Mississippi River, for example. The Mississippi River is formed. Like a mold form. That's from water. Water created that form. And like a lot of times, water signs, when we know something feels right or we know something is emotionally stable or right for us, we're still gonna do it. We're gonna follow that flow. We're gonna keep doing it. And it's really hard to change. You can change our path. You can change the way the water flows and what it holds and molds into, but you won't stop it from going and flowing. Like it's still gonna be some form of movement or interaction or reflection or something with the water that's gonna be interchangeable due to what's being brought to it or presented to it. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't think of that. I saw one of the tarot readers. She had mentioned. I'm like, that is true. Like water does that, because sometimes when I'm feeling something emotionally, I'm like, no, I'm gonna follow this flow and see where it takes me. It's obviously going somewhere nurturing because it's still being abundant and it's still coming with me. So I'm just saying sometimes water signs, we have a little up on life. But no, I can't say that. I have a mixture of all. I just don't have a lot of fire. I don't have a lot of fire placements within me, and my north node is in the fire sign, which is interesting. But my north node is in Sagittarius. But I don't really have like the fire. I don't have the fireness. I don't have that flame, that selfish impulsiveness, the spontaneousness to wanna be high I don't even know, but I am lively though. As in, like I have earth, a lot of earth, which grounds me a lot, which is I'm grateful for that. My water, which helps me with my emotions and coming to clarity and being empathetic. I have to change my. These things are digging in my fucking ear. Let me take these off real quick, so I can see y'all. Hello. I can see you all, but it was like red. Like I'm glad that wasn't on red. But I put on here too. You want to work to live. So working hard to live your life, not living your life to work. Meaning like you want to be happy and fulfilled when you're working, and you want to do something that makes you happy, a career, not a job. You know, there are some people where I can tell like that's their career. Like you know, I can tell by the investment and the intentiveness with how they do their jobs. Like, oh, this is a career for you. That's great and perfect. But back, bitch. Like you know, you have to tell people sometimes. Like they do a lot. They can be invasive. They can be very like combative sometimes at their jobs on the phone. I'm like, oh, so you didn't tell the truth at the interview. You aren't a people's person, or you don't know how to problem solve or de-escalate an issue with the client or with the customer. Because I'm bringing it to you. You just I don't know. Attitudes and voices. I'm like, I didn't tell you to choose this job, sweetie. I didn't tell you to work this shift either. And like that's the thing too that gets me. Like arrogance is ignorance and ego is fucking earned. Like you have to earn your. At least for me, like. A lot of people have like inflated egos, like their ego is too big for their own good. I'm like, sweetheart, what are you doing? Like you are, and the people that have the really huge egos, I'm like, that you don't really need it. You don't need that, bro. It's making you look ugly on the inside. Like my mom always said, there are a lot of people that are ugly on the inside, and I didn't know what that meant when I was younger. Now I know a lot of people are. I know I'm beautiful on the inside and the out. Like I'm gorgeous. I'm a good looking person on the inside as well as the outside. My outside reflects who I am as a person on the inside. A lot of people that does not match. Some people be fine, are beautiful, are gorgeous or whatever, but they evil, wicked, and they tempt. There's some karmics. Stay away. But then you have people that mean well and like that do the right thing and try to be just and try to be a good. But people on the inside, like people that are nice, they get fucked over, and like learning how to like embrace like your flaws first of all, because we all have flaws. Nobody's perfect. Nobody in this world, nobody on this earth is better than anybody else. Nobody on this earth is less than anybody else. We're all on the same playing field. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Ari, all of them too. Like Barack Obama, we're all on the same field. Some people just are really good at what they do, making them get wealth and prosperity and making them get like fruits of their labor that pays off for them, that's beneficial, and that they manifest and they've earned what they got. And I'm all for that. I'm with you when you're right. But however, sweetheart and boo-boo and boo-key and neglect, we're all on the same field. We all bleed red. We all shit. We all go through trials and tribulations. We all go through pain. We all go through success and pleasure. All of that stuff. We're all the same. So it doesn't mean that nobody's better than anybody to judge or to knock anybody down for what they've done in the past or who they are, where they're trying to. Like it's crazy. It's crazy to me how much people worry about other people. Like it's like if you focus in your lane, baby, and you ain't trying to get over here with me and mine, you be straight. You totally looking over here at me, you about to crash into the medium because you ain't paying attention to where you gotta go and what you gotta do for you. Look where you walking and look where you and watch you and stay in your lane. I'm in the lamp. Catch me if you can. Nigga say I taste like sugar, but ain't shit sweet. I don't know, maybe. But like, I have to do this for myself too. Accepting my wounds, like turning my pain into power, and like really embracing scars as journeys. Like they're journeys, they're lessons, they're memories that I used to embrace and I used to help hone in my focus to like do what I do. But yes, like. Start doing that. Okay. Back to red. Hey, Krypton and Crypto. Okay, what's up? But they create testimonies. Sorry I looked down that long. I was really looking at the word and like trying to figure out how I wanted to word it, but they're testimonies. Like all of our testimonies, like I said before, nobody's trauma is worse than the other person's, and another person's victory is better than somebody else's. Like there are unique testimonies that we get to share, experience, embrace, and then we get to use those as guidances to do differently and to choose the right choices that we need to make or choose for ourselves and our better in the just being better and enriching ourselves in different areas and different facets of our lives that sometimes isn't necessarily put first because we're so busy and, like I said, worrying about somebody else. Even me, and like being selfless, like you learn to give, and it's me also looking in the lane and running after something, not looking at where I gotta go or what lane I'm in. And sometimes you will crash, you will get into an accident, you will hit somebody, you might even hit yourself, but you know you gotta focus, girl. And like just falling into like deception and temptation, like I understand it, I get it. It's tempting, it's alluring, it's beautiful, it's love. It's love. No, it's called infatuation. Like a lot of people are infatuated, they admire, they're allured, they're tempted into doing things. They're not. It's not love. It's not love. Love starts within self. Like I have mentioned before, if you don't love yourself, how the hell you gonna love somebody else? And like you all misinterpret love with physicality, beauty, or like what somebody see on a profile. Like just try to know. Like turn your don't do that. Like you can do it. We all live once, and like God ain't died on the cross for nothing. Like He knows what we doing. He knows what we thinking. He knows how we feeling. So just, I mean, like I said, taking the action, but just be cognizant of like the repercussions and the cause effect, action reaction. Input output. So just make sure that y'all are making the right inputs and choices because we don't got time for that. Listen, Linda. Look, listen, Laquana. Listen, Larry. Okay? But yeah, and then just also like, just want more for yourselves. Like, y'all be just so, I don't know. Like, y'all like just in and out bullshit. Like, I'm done with the list. But y'all just like to do in and out, like push and pull, like cat and dog, night and like it's a power struggle for some. Like, meaning, like, y'all be petty. Like, y'all play tit for tat. Y'all want to play cat and mouse, Tom and Jerry, Bugs and Elmer Fudd. Y'all want to play these games. And it's like, we're adults. Like, it's okay to just be honest. It's okay to take accountability. It's okay to, like, be wrong and fuck up and do stuff. Like, we all fuck up and do stuff. Like, it's some people that are, like, they're conditioned as kids to, they've been exposed to toxic relationships. And like people getting abused, or people being verbally abused, or people doing this in and out, bullshit. Like I gotta make a man by doing this. I gotta be pissed off. No, just stop, relinquish, and just accept like what something is, and just own it in a respectful, in a beautiful way with whom you like and whom you enjoy. It's like power struggling is like basically on the relinquish power. Like, oh, he's doing this, so I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do this to get back at this person. I'm not gonna say. Like, we have to learn how to grow the fuck up. Like, actor H, really. Let the nuts drop. Let the little cherries drop. But people don't want to do that. But yeah, that was all for what I had for this week. I am writing some stuff down for next week. I'm probably gonna do two video uploads quicker than this one from the last one that I did, the second one. Because yeah, you all deserve it. It's not gonna flop. We're gonna manifest great things. Like, I'm gonna manifest a new car. I have to get a new vehicle, y'all. Yeah, starting a job, starting my schooling, and then doing this in this loving, learning my new. Like, anybody got time for that? No, you lying. Might be telling the truth too. I don't know that. If you know if somebody's lying, you know when they're telling the truth, right? It's giving kindergarten, like art project, like glitter, But yeah, let me actually take this off and shower and lay my down because I gotta go to work today. I holla.